Is this the biggest surprise of the year? Confirmed. Jung Hae In says Jung So Minutes is pregnant after their visit to maternity clinic. The rumors were wild. Photos went viral, and now, the truth is out. What really happened behind closed doors? Stay with us, because Red Carpet Revealed is about to uncover everything. Let's dive in, right now. It all began with a single blurry photo. A quiet Thursday morning, a cold breeze brushing past the glass doors of a Seoul maternity clinic nestled deep in Gangnam. Most would have walked by, not noticing the pair beneath the caps and masks, except for one observant passerby who paused. Their eyes widened. The tall man gently held the woman's back as they entered the clinic. Their pace was slow, cautious, protective. Was that Jung Hae In? And beside him, Jung So Minutes? For months, the two stars had been under the radar after their much-celebrated private wedding. An event so discreet that only a few close family members and friends were said to be in attendance. No flashy wedding halls, no red carpet, just an intimate garden in Jeju and heartfelt vows under the cherry blossoms. But if their wedding was quiet, this news was anything but. That single photograph, snapped from across the street by a fan who claimed they were just passing by, changed everything. Within an hour of being uploaded online, the post exploded. Forums lit up. Headline after headline asked the same breathless question: why are newlyweds Jung Hae In and Jung So Minutes at a maternity clinic? At first, agencies stayed silent. No confirmations, no denials. The lack of a response only fueled the frenzy. Some netizens speculated it could have been a routine checkup. Others pointed to the way Hae In's hand lingered gently at the curve of So Minutes' lower back, a gesture more telling than any press release. Fans who had followed their romance from drama sets to secret vacations knew what it meant. Something was different now. 3 days later, the world received its answer. Jung Hae In, usually reserved when it comes to personal matters, broke his silence through a heartfelt post on his official fan cafe. The words were simple, unembellished, but powerful. We were waiting for the right moment. But sometimes life creates its own timing. Yes, So Minutes and I are expecting our first child. We're overwhelmed, grateful, and filled with a quiet joy we can barely describe. The moment the post went live, social media exploded. Jung So Minutes is pregnant. Trended #1 on Korean portals. International fans flooded Instagram with congratulatory messages. Even fellow celebrities chimed in with subtle messages of love and support. And yet, beneath the warm wave of public joy, remained a deeper story, one that had not yet been told. A story of quiet decisions, hidden fears, and a moment that changed two lives forever. Sources close to the couple revealed that this pregnancy was not part of any plan. In fact, just weeks before their wedding, Hae In and Jung So Minutes had reportedly been in intense discussions with their respective agencies about taking a break from public life. Not because they were tired of fame, but because they had both been dealing with emotional exhaustion, stress from non-stop schedules, and media pressure. The pregnancy, according to an insider, came as a surprise, a moment of joy wrapped in a storm of anxiety. When she found out, So Minutes cried, not out of sadness, but fear, the insider said. They weren't sure how the public would react. They didn't want people to think the wedding was rushed or forced. But Hae In was her rock. He said, "This is our miracle. Don't be afraid." It was that unwavering support that helped So Minutes find the strength to embrace the future, even as headlines continued to swirl. According to clinic staff, the couple had requested a quiet, early morning appointment to avoid crowds. They entered through the side entrance, wore masks, and kept interaction with staff minimal. But even then, fate had other plans. One nurse, speaking on the condition of anonymity, said, when they saw the baby's first ultrasound image, So Minutes broke down in tears. Hae In held her hand the entire time. They didn't speak much. It was just peaceful, beautiful. It was this visit, the one meant to be private, that ended up opening the door to one of the most emotional chapters of their public life. After Hae In's announcement, both agencies, FNC Entertainment, Hae In, and Blossom Entertainment, So Minutes released a rare joint statement, confirming the pregnancy. We are pleased to confirm that actors Jung Hae In and Jung So Minutes are expecting their first child. Both are in good health, and they ask for privacy and continued support during this precious time. The statement was brief, but the message was clear. This was not a scandal, it was a celebration. And yet, public reaction remained split. Some fans were overjoyed. Others questioned the timeline. Online forums debated whether the pregnancy came before or after the wedding, with some critics using it as fuel for baseless accusations. But those closest to the couple insist they don't owe anyone an explanation. The world may have seen only a photo and a statement. For Jung Hae and Jung Hae In, the journey had already shifted from fairy tale romance to an emotional, private battle between fear and joy. When the headlines erupted, Jung Hae was reportedly at home, resting on doctor's orders. She had not planned on sharing her pregnancy with the world so soon. Friends say she felt like something was stolen from her, the quiet, beautiful moment of telling her closest fans herself. She wanted to hold the news close to her heart a little longer, said one anonymous staff member who worked with her on a recent drama. But when the photo leaked, it felt like the magic disappeared. She cried, not out of shame, but because the moment was no longer hers. Despite being strong and independent in the public eye, those close to Jung Hae describe a side of her rarely seen, tender, anxious, and deeply maternal. She's reportedly been journaling every day since learning she was pregnant. She writes letters to her unborn child, telling them a little universe growing inside me. A close friend shared a few lines from one of her recent entries, with her permission. I don't know your face yet, but already, I love you. Even if the world watches us, this is our journey. You are not a scandal. You are my miracle. These words are especially powerful in the context of her career. Hae, who rose to fame playing fierce, complex women, now finds herself playing the most vulnerable role of her life, an expecting mother, caught between the flashbulbs and her own heartbeat. While Hae has chosen privacy, Jung Hae In has been more vocal, offering subtle but constant reassurances through his social media and interviews. On a recent appearance on TVN's Healing Table, was asked gently by the host if his life had changed since marriage. Hae In paused, smiled, then said, yes. I don't walk alone anymore, not just because of my wife, but because I carry new responsibility in my heart. When asked if the rumors were true, he simply said, she is the bravest woman I know. And yes, I'm going to be a father. The audience gasped. The host teared up. For a man often known for his restraint, his words were a quiet explosion, simple but seismic. And for fans, it was confirmation not just of the pregnancy, but of the kind of partner Hae In has always shown himself to be: thoughtful, protective, and fiercely loyal. Sources reveal that the couple has already made a series of important life changes. They recently purchased a private villa in the outskirts of Seoul, a property surrounded by trees, complete with high security, and most importantly, a nursery. They wanted their baby to grow up away from flashing cameras, a neighbor said. The house is warm, filled with light. Hae In even started learning how to cook because he wants to help Hae with everything. It's not just their home that's changing. Hae has reportedly stepped away from all upcoming drama projects for the next year. Instead, she's focusing on health, prenatal care, and emotional preparation. Meanwhile, Jung Hae In has postponed several overseas promotions and fan meetings, making it clear to his team, nothing matters more than being there when my child opens their eyes for the first time. Fans may have reacted with shock, but their families had a very different response, one filled with tears, laughter, and unconditional love. Hae's mother, who once said she feared her daughter would lose herself in showbiz, reportedly cried when she heard the news, then laughed for 5 minutes straight. I prayed for my daughter's happiness. I didn't know God would answer this way. Hae In's father, known to be reserved and traditional, surprised everyone with his words: a man becomes a father when he learns to protect what matters most. My son has taken that step. I'm proud of him. The couple reportedly held a small family gathering after the news broke. No press, no paparazzi, just laughter, food, and a single toast to the little life who brought us all together. Even as messages of love continued to flood in, not all corners of the internet have been kind. Some netizens accuse the couple of using pregnancy for publicity. Others question the timeline of events, creating conspiracy theories about rushed marriage and agency pressure. But fans fiercely defended them. So what if she's pregnant before or after the wedding? They're married. They're in love. Let them live. One fan tweeted. Over 50,000 likes. Celebrities like Park Bo-gum and Kim Ji-won also left quiet messages of support. Some posted heart emojis on their Instagram stories, others shared songs about new beginnings. In a rare move, both FNC and Blossom issued a follow-up joint statement. Love is not a scandal. Life is not a mistake. We stand by our artists and ask for the public to support them with kindness and understanding. Though the child hasn't even been born, netizens have already begun speculating about the baby's future. Will they inherit Sominat's expressive eyes? Hae In's quiet charm? Will they follow in their parents' acting footsteps? Or live a private life far from the spotlight? One thing is certain, this baby is already deeply loved. Sominat is planning to write a children's book inspired by her pregnancy experience. Hae In, on the other hand, reportedly wants to start a private photo album documenting every month of the baby's growth, from ultrasound to first steps. He wants to give the baby something that can't be found online, something only their family shares. Close friend said. As the article draws to a close, we leave you with one final quote from Jung Hae In, shared during a closed-door event with fans who had supported him since his rookie days. When asked what fatherhood means to him, he smiled and answered, "Fame will fade. Roles will come and go, but this is real. This is forever. I will spend the rest of my life proving I deserve